How you doing, Charlie? What's going on?
Everything's going really, really well. I mean, everyone's making fun of me on the internet for eating ants. Have you ever heard about this stuff?
No, I'm not. Is it ants for real? Is it kind of like people went through the cricket thing? Like that was a thing, like eating crickets.
Yeah, this is
Um,
this is a new thing that Calvin Harris put me on when we were making a song the other week. He was eating these, and they're crushed up Chinese ants in pill form, and they give you energy. It's like having a cup of coffee.
so you just like, let me eat some ants, no caffeine, don't want to do any caffeine. Okay, hey,
Yeah, sometimes the caffeine isn't really that good for your singing voice. So,
that's true. You know, I'm gonna follow you and watch your journey with that before I go get like a bottle of ants. I'm not really.
let me test it. Let me test the waters before
Yeah,
we
test it
go.
a little bit. Go 30 days deep and then go, you know what? This is working for me.
I'll report back. I'll give you a call back, and I will have grown like 7 ears or something.
Well, Charlie, great to talk with you. And I got to say this. So you came on my radar for me when you did the song with Wiz Khalifa. I was like, okay, I like that. Then you hit me with another one with Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's my, you know what? So, we are doing this. On air, we gotta mute it. But then, because I play it during my show and I'm on like 3 to 7. And when the light switch hit, I'm like, if there was a camera and people, because I was like, okay, Charlie, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then I like got a chance. I'm like, no, I want to talk to Charlie. Yeah, because light switch.
It's fast. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. You know what I say when I talk out of it sometimes because I'm big into fitness. I'm a fitness person. I'm going like, that is in your spin class. Because if I'm teaching a class, light switch is on the playlist in the spin class. It just gave me like 80s vibes. And then you did the video with like the whole Jane Fonda, like, okay, as I date myself, I call myself a vampire because people are like, Madison, you that old? We're not gonna get on that. But I do remember seeing like the leotards and all that stuff. And then when you did your video, I was like, really, Charlie? But okay, it's all right, Charlie. But
You know that the guy in the video is actually Billy Blanks, the Tybo guy.
I'm dating myself because I had the videos. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a thing back then.
I was
So
around. Yeah, you're not dating. I was around for that too.
I got a good 10 on you, Charlie. 10 plus, but we won't go there. But talk about that. You took everyone with you through your journey. You started on YouTube, so this is not unfamiliar territory to you. You're actually ahead of everybody else that's just now figuring that out.
Yeah, no, I've been making it, and it's funny. Those old YouTube videos I made when I was in high school are pretty cringy, but they've made me the artist that I am today. I wouldn't be before you without those cringy YouTube videos. Google them at your own.
I did, but I wasn't going to talk about that. I was going to say, like, Charlie's like, I'm a grown man. I'm grown.
Oh, but when I met, the reason why Light Switch is even out right now is because of TikTok, and I was kind of testing the waters, kind of like how I'm going to test the waters with these ants for you. I was testing the waters and seeing, are people going to like the song? This is a really different, unusual, has a sound effect in it. I've always wanted to make a song with a sound effect, but I was thinking when I just had the song to myself, I thought to myself, maybe it's too weird. Maybe the radio won't like it. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Let's make a video.
Charlie, it's perfect for radio. I know a lot of your friends are in the business was like it's a radio song back when, like, again, I've been doing this a minute. It's a radio song. Like you hear it, it doesn't get old. You want to hear it again and again and again. So when it's on repeat, it's like, oh, that's my song. It doesn't have the feel where, a lot of artists now, you hear it, you're like, okay, there's 20 other people that sound just like this person. It's different, meaning someone like myself remembers when pop had that sound to it, and you just want to you just can't help yourself. You know what I mean? So you did a good job. As I said, I date myself. Hey, man, you're on target.
You're basically proving to the whole world of what I've been saying, that we grew up with the best generation of music. It's fine. It's you can't argue with it. But there's a little, I try and combine that and what people expect to hear out of like a more modern-ish song today. And because a good song is a good song at the end of the day, and you can take all the drums away from Light Switch. I think it's a good song. I respect people who think it's not a good song, but in my opinion, if you take away the drums, if you take away all the fancy vocal effects, if you take away everything and just have it with my vocal and piano, it's still a song that you can play acoustically, stripped down, and it'll still resonate in a similar.
Because you did do that. You stripped it down and then it had an acoustic version, and it still has a good song is a good song. So I mean,
gave you all the acoustic version, but again, this song wouldn't have happened without TikTok. And in the first hour, it got like 10 million views back. This was back in September. So it basically affirmed me. I was like, okay, I should probably put this out.
So when you're with artists, what's your process when it goes to writing songs? Like, are you in the mindset of, and I ask this with everyone I get a chance to talk to that writes songs, are you like this? It is now yours. It's no longer mine. Are you like, no, you guys are listening to it, but that's my song. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, it's all dependent on what, and I don't do a lot of sessions with other artists, but I wrote Stay by the Kid Laroi featuring Justin Bieber. And that was a very spur of them. I wasn't supposed to even have a session that day.
Right.
Roy, who is super talented, and that song has been a huge success.
We play that too, and I did Google to see, like, you were just hanging out. It was like, hey man, what you think?
Yeah,
come here, write this hit song.
And I started playing like a very David Fostery 1990s piano riff.
So honestly, it's a bunch of friends hanging out, and were you trying to break the ice? Like, okay, let me be the jokester. And
exactly. And I wasn't really even, I was like, this is gonna go nowhere. And then he went to the microphone and started singing. I thought usually when you have a melody, you have a counter melody, something completely different than this. And he sang exactly this on top of this. And I was like, that's super ingenious. I would have never thought about that. And he came up with the lyric. He wrote the whole chorus in front of me. And I was like, I know what to do. And then that's why Light Switch and that song kind of have a similar feeling. So I put those drums down, and Blake and Omer, who I did the record with, put the other guitars and all the effects down and finished it off. But it came about just for like the love of music. It didn't feel like a homework assignment. It never should feel like a homework assignment.
So I'm going to put this out here because I could see it being on Jeopardy. Because when I saw this, I was like, that's a Jeopardy question. Like, what artist did Charlie Puth write for that is known for having a bald head and, Mr. MIA, Pitbull?
Oh!
Like, how did that, like, you wouldn't even.
My first cut ever. My first song placement ever. That was back right when I got signed to my publishing company. I remember it was Jason Derulo who was going around the building. He was like, y'all don't even know this kid is next up. You need to pay attention. Like, he was rooting for me around the record at the time. And I think Pitbull must have heard him. And I just did like one little, I don't remember the song really. I just did like one little change and I got like 2% on it. But I have technically written a song for Pitbull.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a Jeopardy question. Then I'm going to see you tweet it, be like, oh my God, I was on Jeopardy. As a question.
I've been on Jeopardy a couple of times, and it's always my proudest moment. And it was, rest in peace, Alex Trebek, but he's said my name a couple of times, and that's someone I've grown up watching on the TV. So that's pretty cool.
Now you're working on your third album. Like, where are we with that? Are you fully finished? Or you feel like, let it sit. Let me mess with it. Let me sit. Let me tweak it. Because with technology, you can do that now. You can do it.
Right. I like to get it out. I like to, you can hear snippets of my entire album on TikTok and the making of process. You've probably, anyone listening to this, you probably have just seen it because people seem to like the instructional videos on how to make a song. Those are all songs that are going to be on my album. And this happened with my first album too, where I said I was done, but then I made we don't talk anymore. So, and that happened the other day. So I might make 2 more songs a week before the album's due and stress my management and label out.
Exactly, like technology. You can like be in the bathroom, be like, I got a song. And it'll be number 1. They're like, okay, Charlie, go ahead and lay that down. So what are we looking like for touring? What's that looking like? What are you feeling?
September, I think I heard somebody say over there in the.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of heard that. I'm like, well, I'll just ask him anyway. He can say yay or nay.
I think it's September. I know it's happened. I know an album is coming out this year, and I know it's happening this year.
Well, thank you, Charlie, for spending time with us. You've been fun. You told us about the ants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see how that works.
Yeah,
works for you. I'm gonna pause on the ants.
Okay, no problem. Don't be a believer like I was right away. Don't take a risk. It's fine.
No, I'm just gonna do with the tea. Tea, safe bet. Work with the tea.
No, you can do the ants with the tea.
I'm gonna watch a TikTok video and see how that goes. We'll go forward on that.
Very nice to talk to you. Thanks for supporting the song, by the way.
No, the song is great. The song is great, and I play it a lot during my time on From 3 to 7. It's amazing. It's really good, and you did a great job. You tapped into, I feel like it's why it's cut through, because we don't hear that. That's real pop. Like,
thank you.
Real pop. So
no, that's the best compliment I could ever receive. That means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, and hopefully you'll have a stop in Charlotte, and I'll get a chance to see you in person.
I miss being in Charlotte.
So thank you, Charlie, and we'll look forward to your album coming out, okay?
Okay. Very nice to talk to you, Madison.
Bye. Fun.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.